Hey, hi, welcome to Abhiara Knowledge Center. In this session, we are going to talk about structures in C Sharp. So, in C Sharp, structures are same as classes, right? Though only the difference between classes and structures is structure is a value type where you can directly get the value from a stack memory. When it comes to classes, these are user-defined reference types where it refers heap and stack memories, right? So the structures directly contain their values because it is referring a stack memory. When it comes to the object or instance of a class, is going to refer, right, stack and heap memories, right? So the structures are faster than classes because it directly having the values, right? So as a value type, the structure directly contain their value, so their object or instance is stored on the stack, and structures are faster than classes. Okay, let's define the definition, right? So in C sharp, uh, structures, right, are same as classes. Understood? But the only difference, right, is classes are the, right, reference types, and structures are the value types. Understood? So, as a value type, right, the structures, right, are structures directly contain, right, their values, right? So, their object or instance is stored on stack memory. Hence, structures are, right, faster than classes. Understood? So to create a structure in C sharp, right, we are going to use struct keyword. Understood? Yes. We're going to use struct keyword. So right, syntax is struct, right, and structure name, right? Parenthesis open and close. Here you can define your properties, right? Methods, events, etc. Understood? Okay, let me go back to my Visual Studio and showcase you the definition how we are going to define. Otherwise, I'll define here itself example. I'm going to create, right, struct user, right, struct user. This is my structure, right? Inside of my structure, right, I have public string name. Understood? Public string location, right? Public int age. As the class level variables by default private, and we have to specify explicitly these as a public. Otherwise, you cannot access outside of your class or a structure. Understood? Okay, this is simple a structure for me, right? To create using, you know, the struct keyword for the user, right? So please make all our small case public and p small. Okay, so again it is a p and this is small. Got it. This is the name variable, right? And this is location variable, and this is age variable of relevant data types. And this is my structure name. Okay. So in C sharp, structures can be instantiated if you want, or you can directly use by just defining name, right? Structures is that structures, right, can be instantiated, right, with or without new keyword as like classes, right? Example, so for the above class, I can just directly define variable user u, or you can create, right, obj user equal to new user in this way. And then you can directly access, right, this is username and this is location, right, and this is age 30, right? This is something you are going to use structures by default, or you go with new keyword. Understood? Let me go back to my Visual Studio and see that how it is working. I'm going here in my Visual Studio, right? I'm going to define here structure, right? How to use struct keyword and user. Let me define the required variables as I define in my running nodes. Name, understood, public, string, location, public, int, age. This is simple structure, right? Okay, so if you want to access it, you have to go to your main class. Here, this is my main class. I'm just commenting this stuff because this is different program. I'm going to just say user u dot name equal to, right, Arshad, u dot location equal to, right, Hyderabad, right, u dot is equal to 20. This is how I'm going to assign the values, and then I'm going to define or display the user details. User details are, right, and I'm just going to keep underline for this, just formatting purpose. And then here console dot right line of, right, user name equal to, here u dot, right, name should be in the curly braces and should use here dollar to resolve this in runtime. And location is, right, u dot location, and like that you can give for age also, right? Just give a comma here, and here I'll say user age, right, age curly braces u dot age. Now if you can run this, you can see your user details are going to be printed on the UI, user name and location and user age. So I just referred these details from my structure. I hope you understood, right? So this is how I'm going to create structure, right, and access in my main program. Understood? So what was the difference between creating using a new keyword and without new keyword? Suppose if your structure is having any constructor, right, that is not going to fire when you're just declaring like user u. You have to create instance, right? User obj user equal to user. When you create like this, then only the constructor is going to be fired. Understood? So let me comment this and let me create this way, right? Again, coming to the structure, structure does not, right, have a default constructor or parameterless constructors, right? But it allow parameterized constructor to initialize your variables. Understood? So by default, it can't have a default constructor. Structures can't include a default constructor or destructor, but it allows us to declare constructors with parameters, right? And also structures can't inherit from another structure or a class. Okay, so when you have a constructor like public user, right, I have a string name, location, right, int age. When I have this way, I'm going to say name this dot location and location this dot age age. This is my constructor. when you have a constructor, then you need to create the structure as, right, using new keyword, so that it will automatically invoke the constructor and assign the values. Understand? So instead of giving every time the values by just taking the no object, if I just pass by a constructor, it is going to invoke this constructor and assign my parameter. Let's get spin test. When you run this, again you will get your user details, right? Yep, where is that? What happened? Let me do this. Oops, something is wrongly executing something. Mm-hmm. Okay. What happened? It is taking so much of time. So when you have a constructor, we have to use a new keyword to create structure variable. Understood? So let us define some no points for the structure. Points to be noted, right? For structure is this. The first point is, right, structures or value type, right? Structures or value type, right? Those are defined, right, by using struct keyword. Second point is, during the structure declaration, during the structure declaration, right, the fields cannot be initialized. So we can't initialize any values to the variables, right? So, and coming to here, structures can't include, right? Structures cannot include, right? Default constructor, right? And even uh, like default constructor or parameterless constructor, but it allows, right, parameterized constructor. This is the point we have to make note here. And coming to here, structures, right, cannot inherit from another structure. Structures cannot inherit from another structure, right? And sixth one is, structures can be instantiate, right, with or without new keyword. Understood? Let's go back to our program. What is still it is happening? They're stuck up with something. Let me check this. Let me close. Let me close. What's happening? Do this. Let me come back. I think this is the structure we created. This is the value I'm just passing via constructor. Let me run this. When I run this, I should get my user details in the console. Super. This is how it is printing my user details by just passing to the constructor. Once constructor is declared here, it is automatically invoked, right? When you create instance to your user, like this is going to be assigned, and then those values will get printed using console.writeLine. Understood? Yeah. So I hope you understood the structures in the C sharp, right? And thanks for listening to this video, and please subscribe the channel for more videos. Thank you.